Hey everybody, Jillian here. Welcome back to another journaling process video. Today I am going to be using some pieces from the brand new Maggie Holmes Heritage Collection in a traveler's notebook spread. I originally thought I wanted to do something in my pocket TN, but I think I need a little bit more room. So I'm going to put this to the side, and use the traditional size, is that what it is? Traveler's notebook here. So I'm going to go ahead and get this guy out. The last project I had done created some bleed through, so I'm going to cover this up with some pattern paper from the Heritage Collection and then get my sermon notes inside. So when I saw this line come out, I was really excited because when I first started this channel, I was a scrapbooker and I had a long form project scrapbooking heritage photos. So I was scrapbooking photos nearly 100 years old with Maggie Holmes products. And now finally there is like a heritage themed collection. So I snapped this right up and wanted to see if I could use it for some Bible journaling. And that's just what I'm going to do. So I want to use this piece of patterned paper. I'll have everything labeled and linked and listed in the video description below. Wanted to use this to cover up the bleed through that's on the left side. And so I also really like these four colors together, so I wanted this quadrant kind of featured in my spread. Now to me, measuring is not fun whatsoever, so I just kind of create some indentations on the patterned paper where I need to cut it, and then I glued it down and then just flipped it over and trimmed the excess off. So it may not be very precise, but it worked out. Alright, so there we go. It's looking great already. So I have these two cut apart sheets that I had pulled out, and I'm going to use this floral box for the title of my spread over onto the left here, realizing that it's a bit bigger than I originally thought. But I'm going to go ahead and fussy cut it and then figure out how I'm going to use it. Alright, so it's kind of big. I don't love how it looks, but I do like how it looks kind of hanging off of the left side. So that's how I'm going to use it. And then I'm going to look to this other cut apart sheet here. And I have an idea to create 3 different clusters of like paper pieces on the right side with my journaling. So I'm just looking here for some things that might be good for those clusters, and I'll put them to the side. I'm so excited about the postage stamps included with this kit. There's postage patterned paper, stickers, all sorts of things. So here I have this sticker book, which has I think 8 sheets of different stickers, and I'm going to go ahead and pull out these adorable little bows, and then I'll end up using the labels from those also. And then here's the cardstock sticker sheet. So it's a 12 by 12 sheet of cardstock stickers, and it's got a little floral piece that I just cut out. But I like the one that I originally cut out, and we'll use that one. Here is the ephemera pack, the paper pieces. There are some vellum pieces. They didn't come out great in my opinion. They're a bit torn and some of the edges are a little ragged, so I'm not going to use those today. And then while I was getting things out that I had thought about using, I realized that the wildflower acetate flowers from that devotional kit would pair really well with this collection, so I'm going to use a few of them on my spread here. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and start working on my title, and I found this typed word acetate piece that says love, and I was like, oh, that's perfect for my title. So I'm going to layer it on top of this like lavender mauve colored random label. Stick that underneath this floral piece and then get one of these acetate wildflower shapes under there. And then I'm using these Doodlebug Alpha stickers. The font is called Abigail. I'm going to go ahead and trim off the excess before I stick anything else down. And I'm just going to spell out the word others, so my title will read Love Others. I want to add a few more layers, so I have these fun Kelly Perky label stickers that I will layer under here and then a few other places. And then there's a little bit of white space underneath the letters in that floral piece. So I'm going to fidget around here and figure out what looks best. I'll end up using this green bow sticker and then a cardstock sticker also. Next, I'm going to work on creating some clusters off to the right here. They almost are going to serve as bullet points in my journaling. And once I get everything stuck down, then I'll go ahead and look to my notebook and transfer some notes over. I have a little bit of bleed through on this page also, but it doesn't bother me. I'm just going to write right over it, and you probably won't even notice it at the end. I realized as much as I liked that photo, I'm not going to use it. It's just too big and it doesn't necessarily go along with what I want to journal about. So I opted instead for this smaller floral frame. And then I'm going to pare down the bottom cluster a little bit too. Alright, there we go. That looks good. Next, I'm going to go ahead and get my tiny attacher, get these pieces stapled together, and then adhered down. And I had to use one of these really fun silhouettes somewhere, so I added her up to the frame at the top right. And then I will keep layering these label stickers underneath different areas. Okay, so now I'm going to look to my sermon notebook and start on my journaling. To kick it off, I want to mention the Bible verses that we looked at. So I'm actually going to use these Maggie Holmes stickers from her Willow Lane collection. They're not a perfect match, but they're close enough. And I'm going to use these and some illustrated faith stamps to get my reference down. Now this particular stamp set is currently out of stock on the Illustrated Faith site, but they will be restocked. And then I'll go ahead and just get my journaling down. If you guys are interested in checking out this sermon, I will link it down in the video description below. It's from this sermon series called Near Christianity, and it is all about what Jesus says is the greatest commandment, to love the Lord with our heart, soul, and mind, and then the second, which is like it, to love our neighbors as ourselves. So I'm going to go back to these kind of purplish alpha stickers a couple more times to spell out the main points in my journaling. I'm not going to make you watch me write all of this, so we're actually going to skip ahead here. And now that I have all of my handwriting done, I'm going to go ahead and get a date stamp on there just to finish it off. I'm so tickled with how it came out. There is a little bit of blank space in a few spots, so I'm just going to go in with some of these smaller stickers and fill that in, like this greenery here. I love it because it brings the green over to the right side of the spread. And a little bit of it was hanging off, so I'm going to go ahead and put it here. Then I went ahead and underlined my journaling so it's a little easier to read. And that's it. So here's a finished look at my spread along with a couple of close-ups. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave a comment below, and I will do my best to link everything that I used down in the video description below. I hope this video inspires you guys to consider jotting down some notes this Sunday morning and then pulling them out and interacting with them again in a fun and creative way. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you soon.